Well, folks, a couple years ago, I said it was inevitable. I said that everybody would have an exposure. Sure enough. What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know, my name is Renegade, and yes, my voice is a little hoarse. You can't tell by the title, I got COVID. I knew it was going to happen. Well, let me rephrase that. I knew that everybody was going to have an exposure, myself included. And whether that became a full-on symptomatic illness or not would stand to be seen. But sure enough, I got it, full-on illness, and it knocked me on my ass. Now, I will also say right now that I'm not in any way, shape, or form in any danger, and I'm not nearly as bad off as a lot of people were that had to go to the hospital. No. Just annoyed by it because it's such a pain in the ass. So I thought I would take a moment and share my side of things, my experience with it. And I also want to put out there that for those of you who saw the video, because obviously back when everything happened, I did a video on COVID-19, or at that point it might have still been being called coronavirus, I don't remember. There'll be a link for it up above. I was a big fighter for not over panicking, and for saying that the risk that came with this disease was not as big as the media itself would like to paint it out to be. In fact, at the time, I said that the shutdown that we had, the big long shutdown, was going to do nothing more harm than good. And as somebody who has dealt with let's call it governmental delays due to the ongoing pandemic and the fallout from the big nationwide shutdown, I do still believe that. I also still say that this disease could have been very dangerous for certain people, and I will get a little more into that a little later on in the video. So at work, so I'm outside of YouTube, outside of building cars and motorcycles and doing artwork and whatever, these things don't pay a whole lot of money, at least not right now. So I actually have a 9-to-5 job. I work maintenance for a campground nearby, and we're doing this big overhaul of our bathhouse, full remodel. We're actually, well, we were, I don't know where we are now, but we were in the middle of retiling our showers in the bathhouse, which was a lot of work and a royal pain. I'll put up a couple photos to kind of show you guys what work we were doing. But I was doing a lot of this tile laying. So it was a lot of, down on my knees to spread the mud on spread the thin set on the wall, grab a tile, butter it, put it up, grab the next one, same thing. It's a lot of back and forth on my back, and very tiring work. Plus, we're seeing the changes of the weather, and as we get into winter, it's kind of like the time to shine for sickness. So the other day, I guess it was about a week ago now, I'm at work, I'm doing this, my back is killing me, and gotta rinse out the tools and everything, and it's about 5 o'clock, the sun's going down, the water's cold as hell, it's cold as hell, like just out, the weather, it's cold, water's cold, everything's cold, now I'm cold, now I'm wet, this sucks. At the time, like as I'm sitting at work doing this, my back is hurting and I just start to feel a little not great. But again, My back is hurting from all this tiling. I'm now cold. I'm now wet and cold. So I didn't think much of it. Drove home. It's about a 15-minute drive, give or take. And I'm shivering. Well, my clothes are all wet, so I go upstairs, I go to change. Between getting upstairs to the bedroom and starting to change into dry, warm clothes, I started to feel even worse than I did. We're talking literally of a span between me leaving work and me getting dressed of maybe 20 minutes, and suddenly I feel like absolute dog crap. So take my temperature, because I'm shivering but I'm sweating. Weird. Take my temperature. Temperature says 99.1. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, because I know a lot of people right now are thinking average temperature 98.7. Average temperature, not mine. My normal body temperature actually runs at 96 flat. So for me, a 3-degree temperature raise, that's a fever. That's a not good fever either. That's no bueno. Take some aspirin, lay down. Next day I wake up, call out of work, I'm sick as a dog. I spent the day as a puddle. Literally, I was laying in bed, I moved to the floor, laying on the floor, I moved to the bathroom, I laid on the bathroom floor, and back. I had no energy. I felt nauseous. Different, how should I say, directions of the GI tract weren't doing well. Post-nasal drip. And just fever, just crappiness. Throughout the day, I'm feeling weirder. I don't want to say I was feeling worse, I just felt weirder and weirder and weirder as the day went by. So I started to notice more symptoms. And one of the things I noticed that was my sense of taste was very much muted. I could still taste, but not well. Everything felt like someone took the dial and turned it down like 2. Alright. I go get a test. Positive for COVID-19. Yeah, fun. Now, of course, my fiance Stacy and I live in the same house. So she takes the test. She's negative. Cool. I mean, I'm really glad that she doesn't have it, because I know how I feel. I don't feel good. And normally I'm the type of person that I can push through a cold, but this is worse. I'm just a puddle. So I don't want her to feel this way. So we separate. I'm keeping distance. Basically, I'm staying in this room, going downstairs to the kitchen to get a cup of coffee, to get food, and right back upstairs. I go to the bathroom, I come right back in here. Like, that's all. I don't hang out downstairs or anywhere else in the house. Just because I'm trying to keep a distance so that she doesn't get sick. Just because being sick sucks, and I don't want her to get sick. Luckily, she's still negative. So that was about a week ago now. I've been dealing with this for about a week. And it just, yeah. It's not been fun. But it's also, like, obviously I'm not doing horribly, and even though this is a week later, I mean, I'm with it, you know, and I'm feeling more with it than I have been. So I mean, I am getting better. It's been a really slow going. You can probably hear I'm a little congested. My throat is a little raw. Like, it feels dry, and I've got a slight tickle, which causes a very slight cough. I don't have a big nasty cough, it's just a little tickle, you know. I haven't felt any of the respiratory issues. I don't have tightness of the lungs. I'm not having difficulty breathing. I can catch a full breath. No problem. This to me feels like the flu. It's just overall crappiness. Again, I'm fairly lucky. I know that there are people who got COVID-19 that were completely asymptomatic. But then I know on the other side, there are people that got it and were really bad off. Now, a lot of those people have had underlying conditions which add into the issues. And that's actually one of the reasons that I've been so careful. See, because at work, I'm working with one other guy. And right now, because we're doing this big project, we're working in very close proximity. In fact, when I called him and I let him know, hey, not only am I sick, but I just tested positive for COVID-19, he immediately went and got a test as well. That's how close of proximity we've been working. He doesn't have it, he's negative. So, thank heavens. But now I've been extra cautious about going to work. I've been testing myself. I haven't gone back to work yet because I'm still sick and I'm still positive at this point. But he's an older gentleman. He's in his 60s. He's diabetic. He had a heart condition. So I don't know when I contracted it versus when I became infectious, contagious. It's lucky that he didn't get it, but now knowing that I'm positive, I don't want to give it to him. He's got multiple conditions which could mean that COVID-19 could be worse for him. This is where I draw the line of being responsible. Okay? Now, also keep in mind that I'm not a prime example. Okay? Nobody should look at me as being a perfect role model or a perfect example of what to do or what not to do. But now, after so long of COVID-19 being out in the world, I got vaccinated. I haven't gotten my boosters just because I haven't had the time, and I'm hearing a lot of reports saying that they can help reduce symptoms if you get it, but not prevent getting it. And even the reduction of symptoms doesn't always hold true. Look, there's a lot of questions, and far be it from me to say what you should or should not do. Look, I'm not a doctor, okay? I full on concede that I am not a doctor. I do not have all the answers. If you want answers like that, go find a doctor, ask them. And because of what it's saying, there's probably a link down below me at this point, because COVID-19 is such a hot point that YouTube will probably have some fact check thing. And if not, well, then I guess I'm wrong. See, tickle. That's all it was. But now that I know I have it, I'm taking precautions to keep from spreading it. To be honest, I'm kind of hard-headed. So I wasn't too concerned about contracting it because I figured basically this would be what it would be. I would feel like crap. It would be kind of like the flu, and I'll be able to move on with my life as quickly as I can. I don't have any of the underlying conditions. I mean, I know that they said that smokers or people who have been smokers are at a higher risk, and obviously I did smoke for many years. But I don't consider that to be a major thing. I'm not diabetic, I'm not old, well, depending on the day. Yeah. So, my advice to you guys, the takeaway from it, is if you have it, if you contract COVID-19, take the precautions. By all means, please take the precautions to protect the people around you. If you had the flu, you wouldn't want to give it to your loved ones. So be careful. And because COVID-19 is similar to the flu, where it can be very bad for other people, especially with certain conditions. But because it's a novel virus, it could be a little worse. You want to be extra precautious if you have anybody around you who have multiple risk factors. Like I said, that's what I'm trying to do. But it sucked, because obviously it put my life at a complete standstill. I haven't been able to work on the cars, I haven't been able to work on the motorcycles, I haven't been able to go to work. At this point, I've been out of work for a week. I've lost a week's pay. That's not easy. And my job is seasonal, so we're coming to the end of the season. It's kind of, yeah, the wallet's feeling it. And then, moreover, I feel bad because I haven't been able to go to work. And because we're in the middle of this whole project, I feel really bad because I haven't been there to help with this big project. But hey, like I said, I'm hard-headed and I'm stubborn and I have a weird work ethic that not everyone has. It's fine, it's whatever. So yeah, that would be why I've been a little behind on videos. One of the reasons anyway, why I've been behind on videos, because I've been sick. It sucks, but it is what it is, you know? It's hard to film and edit videos when you feel like garbage. But I'm on the rebound. I'm feeling much better. I'm probably at maybe 80% right now, give or take. I don't have a fever anymore. Said my throat's a little raw, got a slight dryness, a tickle. And the biggest thing, honestly, is if I try and do too much, I feel very exhausted very quickly. Like if I walk down the stairs and back up the stairs too quickly, I just kind of feel, ugh. Not winded per se, just drained. So I'm on the rebound, and very soon I'll be able to get back to doing all the normal things that I love and producing content for you guys. I got some cool stuff coming up with the Porsche, and as soon as I can, depending on money, depending on time, depending on weather, I still got a really big project for my Black 240 that I can't wait to show you guys. It's gonna be cool. That's gonna be it for me for today, though. Like I said, just an update and kind of telling my side of my experience with having COVID-19. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. If you're looking forward to all the projects I'll be getting back to real soon, make sure you leave a comment down below. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a new video. And until next time, y'all keep rocking and rolling. I'm gonna keep getting better and get back to taking care of business real soon. See you next one.